Okay, so today we are going to talk about shortest path algorithm. Okay, shortest path. I guess the focus is okay. All right. So let's give you a very basic example. Let's say this was a graph. Okay. So let's say we want to determine the shortest path from A to E. All right, from A to E. Want to determine the shortest path. So there are multiple ways from A to E, right? One of the possible ways can be from A to B to D to E, and the cost of this path is going to be 4 plus 2 plus 1, that is 7. But is it the shortest path? Let's try it in another way. If we go from A to C to D to E, then the overall cost become 1 plus 3 plus 1, so that is 4. So that is going to be our shortest path, because there is no shorter than this. All right, there can be another way from A to C to E. Okay, that will also that will cost us 6. So no, our shortest path is going to be A to C to D to E, and that will cost us 4. All right, so this is what shortest path is. So there are multiple algorithms to find out the shortest path. There are basically two types of algorithm. One of them is single sole source shortest path. In this kind of algorithm, there will be one single source. That means we will have to determine a source first, and after that, from that source, we will determine the shortest path to every other nodes. Okay, and obviously the other kind will be multi-source shortest path. In this case, there will be multiple sources, and from those multiple sources, we will calculate the shortest path to different nodes. And there is another kind, that is all pair shortest path problem, or all pair shortest path algorithm. Okay, in this kind of algorithm, we will calculate shortest path between all the possible pairs. All right, so let's discuss about one of those algorithm now. Okay, we'll talk about Dijkstra's algorithm today. This is a single source shortest path algorithm. All right, so I will explain the algorithm using an example, right? Okay, so let's draw a graph first. Okay, all right, so we'll have to give the weights. Okay, so this is our initial graph. So Dijkstra is a single source shortest path algorithm, so we'll have to fix our source here. So let's say our source is A. So we'll try to calculate all the shortest path from A to every other nodes. All right, okay, so the first step is we have to initialize a distance value to all the nodes. Okay, so what is our source here? A. So the distance value of A will be 0, because we are calculating the distance from the source. So the distance from the source, which is A, to A is going to be 0, obviously. And at the very first step, we are going to initialize all the other nodes value to be infinite. Okay, so at the beginning we will assume that all the other nodes are at infinite distance from the source, and we will gradually update those distance values, and at the final at the end we will get the shortest path on the distance value of those nodes. All right. Okay, so the first step of the algorithm is to pick one of the nodes that has the smallest value. Okay, so which node here has the smallest value? Obviously A, because every other node has that distance value of infinite, so the smallest is going to be at A. All right, so we will select A here. All right, so A is selected. Okay, this basically selecting A is the work of the next step. So here's, let's say there is no circle here, we will do that in the next step. Okay, so let's say this is, we are selecting A, so the distance value of A is 0 obviously. Now what we are going to do, we will look for the other nodes that we can go from this node A. Okay, so what are the nodes that can be reachable from A here? Those are B and C, and now we will try to update the distance values of B and C. How? Let's say the distance value of A is 0, and from 0 using 4 cost we can go to B. Okay, so the total cost of B becomes 0 plus 4, which is 4. Now check if this 4 is smaller than the previously assigned distance value of B or not. So the previously assigned distance value of B was what? Infinite. So 4 is obviously smaller than infinite. So now we will update it 4. Okay, and we'll keep track of the path that we came from. We only came from A, right? So in the bracket we'll keep track of the path A. In the similar way, the distance value of C can also be updated by 2, because using a 2 cost from A we can reach C, and the previously assigned value for C was infinite, which is obviously greater than 2. So we will update the distance value of C also, and we'll keep track of the path again. Okay, and the other nodes are not reachable from our from this node A, so those will be unchanged for the moment. Okay, now now let's go to the next step. Again, let's draw the graph. Okay, so A was 0 and the job of A was done. Okay, so the next step is going to be select again the smallest node that hasn't been selected yet. Smallest means smallest by the distance value. Okay, so A has already been selected, so we will not consider A anymore. So other than A, what is the node that has the smallest distance value? Obviously C, because it has a distance value of 2, and B has a distance value of 4, and all the other nodes has a distance value of infinite. So we will select C now. Okay, and C already had a distance value 2A. Remember, when we are circling out a node, that means the distance value at that node is final. There is not going to be any smaller number and in that node anymore. Okay, so distance value of C is final, which is 2. Okay, but the other distance value of other nodes can change still. Okay, okay, now okay, I did not initialize the costs here. Let's just keep them there. Okay, Okay, now let's try to find out from C which of the nodes can we reach. Okay, we can go to B, D and E. We cannot go to Z. So we will check if we can go to B, D and E with a smaller distance than the previously assigned distance values of those nodes. Okay, so we can go to B with a cost of 1 from C, but the distance value of C is already 2. So the total cost of B is going to be 2 plus 1, which is 3. Is it smaller than the already assigned value of B? Yes, it is. The already assigned value was 4, but we have found a smaller route that costs us 3, right? So we will update this distance value of B by 3 now and keep track of the path. So what is going to be the path? The exactly previous node is C, but C also comes from A. We can see that here. Okay, so the path of B is going to be A then C, right? All right, and we'll obviously update the distance value of E and D because they were assigned infinite previously. So whatever we choose now, that's going to be smaller than infinite. So what is going to be the distance value of E here? That is going to be 12, because from C we can go to E with a distance of 10, but C already had a distance value of 2 that comes from A. All right, so 2 plus 10, that is going to be 12 for E. And what is the path here? It is going to be A comma C, because we are coming exactly from C and C also comes from A. So that's A comma C is going to be the distance path to the short from the source. Okay, all right, so what is going to be the distance value of D? It's going to be 10. I think you can imagine how it's 10, because 2 plus 8 equals to 10 and the path is A comma C. Okay. Okay, so up to now this is done. The work of A and C is done. So we will choose the next smallest number from the unselected nodes. Now A and C is done. We will not consider these two nodes anymore because we have found the shortest path to them. They are not of our consideration anymore. We will just consider the other nodes. All right. Okay, so let's draw the graph in this new page. Okay, so A, B, C, E, this was Z. Okay, 4, 1, 2, 8, 5, 10, 2, 6, 3. So among these, A and C was done for us. The value was 0 and 2 here. Okay, so this was our graph. So what is the next smallest node that we are going to select? It's going to be C, right? Because it has a distance value of 3 and D and E has 10 and 12. So B has the smallest number here. So we are going to select B. That has a distance value of 3, A comma C. And other distance value of the other nodes can be changed. So we are not still going to write them down. All right. We are going to check if they are going to update it or not. Okay. So now we are working with B. All right, so from B, where can we go? We can go to A, obviously, but A, we are not going to A anymore because A and C is done already, so we will not consider them anymore. Going to B basically means we are checking for another shortest path than previously assigned. Okay, so but A and C are done already. We have found the shortest path to A and C from the source. We will not consider those nodes anymore. Okay, so other than A and C, obviously we can go to D from B with a cost of what? 5 from B, but B had already a cost of 3 here. All right, so the total cost to go to D is going to be 3 plus 5, which is 8. So is it smaller than the already assigned value to D? Yes, it is. The already assigned value was 10. All right, so we have found a shorter path than 10, which is 8. So we are going to update it. Now what is going to be the path here? The exactly previous node of D was B. We are going to D from B, but we have come to B using A and C. Okay, so to reach to D we need to consider A, C and then B. Okay, all right. Okay, so the other nodes and the distance values of their nodes is going to be unchanged for now. So E was our 12 coming from A and C, and Z was infinite. Okay, I missed a part here. Z is going to be infinite here also. Okay, all right. So A, B and C is done. Now let's select the next smallest node with a distance value. All right, so what's that going to be? That is going to be D here, because it has a distance value of 8. The other nodes has higher distance values than D. Okay, so let's draw the graph again. And these three were done. 0, we will also select D. That means D is also going to be done now. Okay, but let's say the other nodes gets updated or not. Okay, so from D, which of the unselected nodes can we go now? Only E and Z, the others are already done. Okay, so from D we can go to Z with a value of 8 plus 6, which is going to be 14. Is it smaller? Obviously it is, because the previously assigned value was infinite. Okay, so we will assign 14 here, and the path is going to be A, C, B and D. The exactly previous node of Z that we came from is D, and to D we have come from A, C and B. Okay, so the path of Z is going to be A, C, B and D. All right. Okay, now let's check for E here. Okay, so from D we can go to E with a cost of 2. All right, and the cost of D is already 8, so the cost of reaching E is going to be 8 plus 2, which is 10. Is it smaller than the already assigned value of E? Yes, it is. It was 12 previously, but now we have found a smaller route with a cost of 10, so we will update E again. Okay, so the path is going to be like this. Okay, all right, so D is done. Now we'll check for the smallest node again, which is not selected yet, and that is going to be E here, because we have only 2 nodes left, E and Z. E has a value of 10, Z has a value of 14, so we are going to select E in the next step. Okay, let's draw it again. All right, so A, B, C, D, E, Z here. 4, 1, 2, 5, 8, 10, 2, 6, 3. Among them A, B, C and D was done, and we are selecting E at this moment. 0, this was 3A comma C, this was 2A, this was 8A comma C comma B, this was 10A comma C comma B comma D. Okay, so let's check if we can go to Z from E having a smaller distance or not. Okay, so we can go to Z from E having a cost of 10 plus 3, which is 13, and it is smaller than the previously assigned value, so we will update the value of Z here now. That is going to be 13, and the path is going to be A, C, B comma D comma E. Okay, all right, so we cannot go to any other nodes that is not selected yet. So we are done. Okay, because only unselected node is now going to be Z, and in the next step we are going to select Z, and from Z we cannot go to any other nodes. So we are done here. Okay, so now the distance value represents the shortest path from the source. Okay, so every distance value on every nodes represents the shortest path from A here. Okay, so the shortest path to B from A is going to be 3, shortest path from A to D is going to be 8, shortest path from A to Z is going to be 13. Okay, so this is the Dijkstra's algorithm. Using Dijkstra's algorithm, you will have to select a source first and then apply this algorithm, and after the algorithm is done, all the distance value is going to represent the shortest path from the source. Okay.